Blaney's rejoining there, they're all three wide. Neil's trying to get involved and Blaney hits them both off. Blaney goes back on the track, hits both cars. It's the right on the back of Bradders into the hairpin on the inside. Bradders outbreaks his own, they both pass, just hard to say. Stevie passes them all straight through. Oh, Callum's lost it! Callum's lost it! What a recovery! He uses the wall, but what a recovery there from Callum. Let's have a look at Steve. Now Stevie holds his own around the outside. And no way Jose, but then gets a slow run out of the corner. Bids right up on the outside of him again. This is brilliant. LPB WTCR Championship Round 7 Race 3 from Rapona Park. Hi everyone and welcome back to LPB Racing for Round 7 of the LPB WTCR Championship on Project Cars 2. This is Race 3 from Rapona Park now in New Zealand. So down the other side of the world now, so in New Zealand, and it's a rather wet race for this one. So we'll take you through the grid for this Race 3 then. So here we go, it is Bidster on pole position, so Bidster gets pole with Stevie alongside, so that's a good championship battle waiting to be had there. We've got Intrepid third in the BMW, with Growley alongside in fourth. We've got Bradders fifth with Darren in sixth. TY seventh alongside Neil Farmack in eighth. We've got Twerdy in ninth, with Burt in 10th, and then we've got Blakeney at the back in 11th place. So let's get on with the race then. So here we go, getting ready for lights out here at Rapona Park. Or Rapona Park, whatever you call it, and here, and away we go. Is Newton. Intrepid gets a fantastic start in the BM. It's a bit of a run down to the first corner. Wet conditions here, so the BMWs might be a bit handy here as we go into the first few corners. We've got Intrepid in the lead. We've got our Bradders and someone else off already. The cameras go dodgy already. Growley's off the track as everyone else goes through. Bidster and Intrepid went off as well. Intrepid went wide. We've got Twerdy and Burt alongside each other as well. So, yeah, the camera's going dodgy already in this one as we go through the fast left-hander down now towards a hairpin. Left-hand hairpin down at the bottom of the track. There's Bidster and Stevie going through. We've got Twerdy, Blake, TY, they're all across each other. Blake goes off the track. Blake goes off and sort of comes back on, almost hits Brad as we go back, as he comes back on. A bit of a sort of bashing door handles as they do so. And again, bashing door handles and Blake's off. Blake's off the track. We can't see him, and he's trying to rejoin, and oh, he's glitched off a sign. That's weird, and he comes back across the track, and bang, Bradders hits him, and then Darren gives him the finishing blow, and then Bradders hits him again, and Blakeney would be well and truly shaken and definitely a bit stirred after that, but finding his way back onto the track now. But drama already, we've got more drama as Intrepid's off the track. In third, these cameras are awful on this track, guys. I do apologise. Every time I swap person, the cameras go funny. But we've got Stevie in the lead from Bidster now. Stevie in the lead from Bids, and then we've got Intrepid there back in 6th place. So it's all happened here. So let's try and piece together what's happened on this opening lap then. So we've got Stevie in the lead, Bidster's in 2nd, Twerdy's 3rd with TY right behind him in 4th. We've got Burt 5th with Intrepid behind in 6th. Neil Farmack 7th in the 2nd BMW. We've got Bradders in 8th. Growley 9th, Darren 10th, and Blake back in 11th place after what was a rather entertaining accident. Well, not obviously, but obviously not for him. So Stevie and Bidster then fighting for the lead in this one as they go down to the fast left-hander. Through here we go, nicely through there. Further back we've got TY on the back of Twerdy, and then we've got Burt actually closing up on the back of TY here. So possible battle brewing here between TY and Burt as they go into the left hairpin, slow the car right down. And these wet conditions proving a little bit hard for some people so far, but I think we're okay as we go through the little complex of corners. Now into a tighter right-hander here, which leads into a tighter left, and then leads into a hairpin, slightly banked on the outside to the right. So it's banked hairpin to the right as we've got Bidster challenging. Stevie's right behind him now. The battle for the lead is on. Stevie versus Bidster. Next corner's a faster right-left chicane. We got through the right, and then we set ourselves up for the left. So both cars through there okay. Stevie followed by Bidster out of the corner. Very nice through there. They hit a bit of a puddle there as they hit the spray, and out of the into the last corner. Around the last corner we go, and it's 10 laps here. We're just about to finish lap 2. Bidster's right on the back of Stevie now. Will he go for a move down to the first corner? The battle for the lead on here. Across the line onto lap 3 of 10. And he's sticking right behind him. He's almost pushing him along as we go down the straight. Will he go for a move into turn 1? I don't think he's close enough. So he breaks into the corner and no way through there. Stevie holds his own. So Stevie holds his own so far. Bidster has to wait behind. Got Bert still close up behind TY, and TY closing up on Twerdy in front as well. We're back to Bids and Stevie. Bidster takes a tighter line through there to try and get a good run out of the corner, and he does so. He's going to have a go into the hairpin. No, doesn't think about it yet. You've got to try and get alongside before you go through and make the move. As we go into the hairpin and back out. Powering down the little, well, not really a straight, but through the kinks. And into the right and into the left. And I think Bidster and Stevie's not really got much pace here. I don't think Twerdy's closing up, unless he's trying to do this on purpose to get Bidster back into the hands of Twerdy, who's his temporary teammate, because Footman's not here. So remember that Twerdy, a temporary teammate to Stevie, and also we've got Intrepid filling in for Pash in the BMW team. So into the corners, we see Bidster's right on the back of Stevie. He's right on the back of him. He just can't get past. Now he gets a good run. He's alongside him now into the last corner. He gets a good run out the second to last, and into the inside he goes, and through goes Bidster into the lead of the race. Stevie now has got to try and stick on the back of him and counter-attack as soon as he can. And speaking of attacking, TY's attacking Twerdy out of the last corner as well. TY's alongside Twerdy here, but Twerdy's got the legs on TY. Just got a bit of a better run out the corner. Bidster now defending the inside from Stevie here, under brakes. Braking, oh, Stevie's hit the grass. He's lost it. He's hit Bidster as well. He's took Bidster off. He's hit him and took him off. And TY, and now Twerdy finds himself in the lead, followed by TY and Bert. Bidster and Stevie rejoining there. Bidster's in front of Stevie. He's rejoined first, and Stevie's rejoined further back. So I think that was just a genuine mistake there by Stevie. Whoa! He goes right over a bump in the track, and then now he's now in 6th place. Neil in 5th. Neil defending the inside from Stevie, not letting him through. There we go into the hairpin and out of it. It is now Twerdy in the lead of this race then. So Twerdy takes the lead after Stevie and Bidster have a bit of a coming together. And through the sequence of corners we go. And TY now could see himself possibly trying to challenge for the lead now. So trying to do what he can as Bert now comes under pressure from Bidster. Bidster's now got back on the pace, and he's catching up to Bert now. So he's trying to do what he can do. We've got Intrepid back there. We've got Stevie challenging Neil Farmack, but can't quite make a move yet. We've got Darren and Bradders closer together further back. As into the last hairpin we go. It's Twerdy in the lead. Round the long left-hander. TY trying to close up all he can. Trying to get a good run onto the straight. Straightens the car up. But Twerdy actually gets a very good exit there and maintains his lead as we start lap 5 of this race. Bidster's behind Bert now. He's only 3/10 off Bert. He's trying to catch up. Into the first corner. TY into the first corner as the camera catches up. We've got Bidster in 3rd. Bert's been off. He must have done a similar thing to what Stevie and Bidster did. He's gone off the track and he's slid off. So we'll get the replays for you in a moment. But in the first half. But yeah, Bert down to 4th. Then Bidster picks up an easy 3rd place. As now TY's challenging for the lead. TY's on the inside of Twerdy. He got a good run out the left-hander. Twerdy goes around the outside and there's a bit of contact there. And I think TY hit Twerdy there. And he rejoins in 3rd, but TY takes the lead. And oh no, he's going wide now. He's waiting for Twerdy. He's letting him go back through. So I don't think he was aware of the contact. So he must have been warned by someone else who saw it, probably Bert or Bids, that he had contact. So TY then lets Twerdy go through, and we'll get that in the replays for you in a moment. So Bidster then in the lead, followed by Twerdy 2nd, TY 3rd, Bert 4th, challenging him for 3rd if you can, as you go through the corner. So now we'll just take a little break and we'll get those replays in for you now of the first half. Here's the replays from the first half of the race. Okay, here's the first of the replays on board with Darren. So let's have a look at the first corner instance then. So this will be quite fast, but we'll try and keep up. So Bradders then will come across on Growly a little bit as things narrow down. They've got Cy racing with Blake on the inside. See Bradders and Growly make contact. We hit the grass, slide sideways, and then Bert's still trying to make the corner, and there's a bit of contact with us again. But really, that's about as clean as we could get in the wet conditions. And Intrepid went off further on. There's Bradders rejoining just in front of us. A bit sketchy, but okay. And then we all go down to the hairpin. There's a look from the outside view then, looking at Bradders then into the first corner. So there's contact between him and Growly. They slide off, Darren slides sideways, and then into the corner we go. And then Bert comes across, there's a bit more contact, but then we all get away with it. Here's a replay on board with Bradders then, so first corner. So look down into here, see we could have gone a lot more to the left there. Then we're moving across, Growly's on the outside of us. Then we're moving across and across and across, not giving Growly any room. And Bradders then takes Growly off the circuit, which then causes himself to slide. And if we just pause it there, and then I go on board with Bert. So obviously then Darren's already gone on the grass himself, and then slid in front of us. There's contact, and then as Bradders is trying to rejoin, you see there Bert, because of the contact, Bert has no choice but to go straight. So he's trying to turn. You can see the lock on his wheels. He's trying to turn, and then there's contact with Darren and Bradders. And then you see Growly there in the background trying to rejoin, and then we all then eventually end up working his way down to the next corner. Okay, here's the replays of what happened between Blake and Bradders then. So Blake makes a mistake into the hairpin, he hits Bert, but then luckily they get away with it. Bradders has to avoid around the outside. Then Blake doesn't see him there, there's contact. Then if you come back across, then there's a bit more contact there, then we go over the curb, a little bit more contact, but again, Blake does go off the track, but then he tries to rejoin, and then he heads for this advertisement board, and then whoop, back, and then it warps him back towards the track because it sort of glitches him out. Then he gets hit multiple times, which really, if you will have a look on board with Bradders, and you can see why it couldn't be helped. But then Blake loses his bearings, almost goes the wrong way down the track, and then realises, oh, hold on a minute, that's the wrong way. Now I need to go this way. Okay, now let's have a look from Bradders' view. So see there, Blake comes back on, hits Bert, but luckily they all get away with it. Bradders goes around the outside there, and he's on the grass, and then sort of attempts to make the corner a little bit, and then there's contact, more contact, Blake goes off, and then Blake should theoretically rejoin. Okay, but if we keep facing forward and go to the roof cam, watch as we go around the corner, there's Blake, can't help it, bang, and then Darren comes up and bang, hits him again, and Bradders gives him another finishing off blow, and then that's how Blake ended up on his roof. Okay, here's the replay on board with Neil Farmer then. So watch here as we go behind Intrepid, his teammate. So we're breaking to the corner. Intrepid brakes nice and early to make sure he gets to the corner. Neil brakes late, hits his teammate off, and then now we go on board with Intrepid. We go over the grass, and then we go straight across as TY goes through. And then Neil, we've got on board with Neil here, comes back across and hits Bert a little bit there. And then luckily, we all managed to get away with it somehow. But Intrepid and Neil have lost places. Okay, here's a replay on board with Stevie then, starting lap 4 of the incident between him and Bidster. So going down to the first corner, braking, and then we catch the grass with lose control, and bang, we hit Bidster off, and round we go. Bidster recovers the car a bit faster than Stevie does. He's trying to find a gear, but yeah, just lost it under braking on the grass, and yeah, then hits Bidster. Okay, here's a look at that again, but from the outside cameras now. So going into the corner, watch Stevie's car, watch the right rear wheel on the grass, round she goes, and then just hits Bidster, wrong place, wrong time, and both recover. So I think that'll be just classed as a racing incident, because it was just a mistake from Stevie, and Bidster was in the wrong place at the wrong time. But, and then we see also in the background Intrepid goes off, probably does the same thing. Okay, here's the replay on board with Bidster then to look at the contact between TY and Twirly. So I'm going to slow this down here. So we go into the corner, and TY just breaking on the inside, but he just runs a little bit too wide. Twirly's trying to make his corner, and at least to get around the corner, and TY ends up pushing him quite wide off the track. There's a slight bit of contact, hits Twirly off the track a little bit, not too much, just enough to put him onto the grass. Then TY goes, but then eventually he gets warned by Bidster or Bert that he actually done that, and he does actually here. You see here, he pulls off to one side, and he lets Bidster and Twirly go through. And now back to the racing action. And as we come back from that, it is back to the battle at the front. So it's Bidster now in the lead from Twirly. TY is now down to third, with Bert behind him in fourth. We've got Neil Farmack 5th, and looking at lap times, looking pretty decent in the BMW as well. Let's watch lap times this time round then. Bidster across the line, a 1:33.9. Bidster's on the pace now. He's getting a lot faster in that car now. He's not in traffic, and so does Neil Farmack. He makes a 33.9 as well. So the BMW is starting to come alive in this. As you can see though, it's not actually raining anymore. There's no more rain being added to the track. So the track now will start to dry out in places. So watch out for the dry lines coming in the next few laps, because obviously we've got quite a few cars on track as TY goes very wide there. TY very wide, and Burt looking like he can take advantage down the inside. He does. He's down the inside now of TY. He's trying to get the car turned in, and he just about does so. A little bit of contact, but I think that's fair enough. Just a little bit of understeer, under brakes, but Burt now making sure TY doesn't find a way back through. So watch out for Neil Farmack. I think he's the dark horse in this race. The rear-wheel drive BMW, now it's starting to dry out. He's starting to really become a threat here, I think. 33.9, the same as Bidster last time round. So Bidster again on good pace here, but I think he was held up by Stevie at first. But Twerdy is actually staying with him here, so Twerdy is not giving up on this fight for the lead yet. There's Stevie then in 6th place. He's the one that was in the lead at the start of the race, but now he's down in 6th place after the mistake where he'd sort of made a mistake and took Bids with him. But now he's back in 6th place, and he's actually starting to catch up to Neil Farmack. So 34 flat last time round, so only 0.01 off of Neil Farmack's best time. And Neil is now closing right up on the back of Burt as well. The rear-wheel drive BMW coming alive here at Rapona Park in New Zealand. So starting to dry out now. The sun is out, and it's starting to dry the track. So we'll have to keep an eye on progress of the track evolution. As Bradders has got having a nice battle back here with Blake as well, looks like it, and Darren's gone back to 11th. Darren's gone back to 11th, so not a good race for Darren there, as Bradders and Blake come towards the first corner. They've got Growley just in front of them as well. So a nice little battle developing there as we go on to the brakes, and Bradders makes the first corner nice there, and yeah, all as well that ends well. Goes into the hairpin. We've got it's still the same order. It is Bidster in the lead, Twerdy 2nd, TY 3rd, Burt 4th, and then we've got Neil still lurking in 5th place. Last lap times 33.0 for Bids. Everyone else in the 33.1, 33.6, 34.3, and then we've got 32.7 for Neil Farmack. Faster again. That BMW really getting the hang of these drying conditions, and the rear-wheel drive coming into its own here. TY's now on the back of Twerdy, only a couple of tenths is the gap, and you can see it there. Twerdy makes a little error, goes wide, now defends for the inside. TY can now get a good run. He can try and get the inside for the left-hander coming up, and he is doing. He's alongside him. He's on the right-hand side of your screen, which is the left-hand side for the corner, and he's through into 2nd place. Twerdy taking a very wide line, which sometimes in the wet can actually help you, and he might be able to get a good slingshot onto the straight if he can do that. So lap times then, Bidster 31.9. He's responded to the pace of the others, but also Neil now 31.8. So the track's getting faster and faster here. The drying track's helping as TY goes a bit wide into the first corner, but I think either that or Twerdy went a bit deep into the first corner. I think Twerdy went deep because he's got Burt all over the back of him now. The McGann pulls out to try and make a move on the inside. Not going to get passed through here, Burt. Nope. And now he's compromised his speed, and Neil Farmack now might be able to be close enough to have a go, and he is. He's having a go on the left-hand side. He's going down the inside into the hairpin. The rear-wheel drive BMW trying to get through, and he does. Into 4th place goes Neil Farmack, and now next target Twerdy, and I think he'll be on him by the end of this lap, because the rear-wheel drive looking very good in these conditions. Back to this battle back here. We've got Growley, Bradders and Blake close together, so they've closed upon Growley a bit now, and Bradders trying to keep Blake back, just trying to do what he can. Blake and Bradders having their little moment earlier, but hopefully he all shrugged it off by now. And into the corner, Blake having a little look on the inside, but Bradders leaving no room to go down the inside, just defending the inside very nicely there. There's up to the front, Twerdy makes a little error, and Neil Farmack will close up to the back of him, but can he get close enough to make a move into the last corner? He's going for it down the inside. No, yes, no, I don't know. Is he? No. Yes. No. I can't make up my mind. Well, I don't think they can either. Twerdy has a massive twitch out the corner, O'Neill does, but then they go side by side down the straight. And Twerdy then in third across the line onto the penultimate lap of this race then. What a race this has been so far in these wet conditions. Neil Farmer holding his own on the inside, but the front wheel drive a lot more stable on the brakes. And Twerdy is able to hold on to his third place, but he goes wide out the corner onto the AstroTurf, makes a little mistake there again, but Neil again is going to be careful now, because with these really drying out conditions, it might be the bit where the BMW can't quite challenge as much, but we'll see. Oh, he's off! Neil Farmak's off, and he's almost going to the other side of the track. What's he doing? But Neil Farmak, made a mistake, and just what I was saying there, guys. While the track was wet, the BMW was just coming into its own, and Stevie goes wide there. Stevie goes wide, but luckily there's no one else around him, so he's okay. But yeah, the rear-wheel drives, they like it when it's purely wet. But when it starts to dry out a bit, they're good in the initial phase, but once it starts to really dry out, then it's and there's the odd damp patch. It really is hard to try and keep the balance of the car okay, and also you've got to watch out for those little wet bits, because you put the power on and it spins round, so you've got to be very careful in the BMW. Whereas the front wheel drives, they just start eating up front tyre temperature on these wet tyres. But so far so good for Bidster, approaching the last corner on the penultimate lap of the race. So one more lap to go for Bids and he'll be home for victory. TY is going to try and press him along all the way. Twerdy's in third with Bert following behind in fourth, going very wide there. Very wide for Bert. I thought we were going for the pit lane for a moment. But then there's Neil Farmak. And then lap time should be getting faster this time round. TY into the 31s this time. 34 for Twerdy. 32 for Bert. 37 for Neil, obviously with the mistake he did. As further back we've got Growley there in 8th. We've got Blake in 9th. Bradders has gone down to 10th now. So Bradders must have made a mistake somewhere. He's gone down to 10th place. So on to last lap then goes Bidster as he makes a little mistake there. Got to be careful, we're doing that. As he goes into the hairpin. Nicely through there. Twerdy is now in 3rd, Bert 4th, Neil 5th. So let's watch. Oh, Bidster's on the brakes there. He must have had a slowdown penalty from going wide at that other corner. Now TY is right on the back of him. Last lap drama here at Rapona Park as Bidster goes off, but TY follows him. So if TY didn't follow him there, he'd be right on the back of Bids. But luckily TY makes the mistake, which gives Bidster the lead he needs, but not luckily for us, because we wanted to see a nice battle to the end. But going through the last few corners now, into the right and into the left, the penultimate corner. See Bradders going through there in the background, as there's Darren in the background as well. As at the corner we go. Towards the last corner, TY closing up, and Bidster now having to really defend now on the inside. And TY gets a good run on the outside, and he's trying to go around the outside of him, and Bidster gets the line on the inside. But TY is going to have a good run on the outside. It's going to be a photo finish here in New Zealand, but Bidster takes victory in race 3. Well done to Bidster. TY a very close second, Twerdy 3rd, Bert's going to be 4th, Neil's going to be 5th, and Stevie's going to be 6th. What a race that was. Intrepid in 7th. And we've got Growley back here, so Growley's come up to the line for 8th position. 9th is going to be Blake, so Growley 8th. 9th for Blake after the incident with Bradders earlier on. Bradders himself is going to be 10th. And then we've got Darren, who's going to be finish off the 11. It had a bit of an awful race, I think. So we'll just get the second half of the race replays in for you now. Here's the replays from the second half of the race. Here's a replay on the last lap of how Bidster got his slowdown penalty. So chucks into the corner. And watch here, all 4 wheels over the white line, and the game didn't like that. And they ended up with giving Bidster a slowdown penalty. So if you go on board with TY here, you'll see after this corner, out of the corner we go, and you'll see in a moment Bidster will go on the brakes. They slows the car down and loses the time that he gained, and TY then gets a chance to have a go. And now let's have a look at the brilliant finish between Bidster and TY in the last corner. It's Bidster again trying to get rid of a penalty there just before the last corner. What a time to get it, but he needed to slow down there as you get a penalty. Then gets the line on the inside and just about gets the power down at the same time as TY. And Bidster just gets the first place before TY. And as we come back from that, we will now take you to the results. Okay, then here's the results of the race then. So it is Bidster who wins by 1/10 of a second from TY. Very close finish in the end. Twirly finishes in 3rd. Then it's Bert in 4th. We've got Neil Farmer in 5th. With Stevie in 6th. We've got Intrepid in 7th if you go over the page. Then it is Growly in 8th. We've got Blake who finishes in 9th. Bradders in 10th. With Darren at the back in 11th. So as we come back from the results then, there is your winner, Bidster in the yellow Mercedes with TY in the red car very close behind him. So good race there from all, and Bidster takes victory in that race only just from TY by about a 10th. So very close race there. And we will see you guys next time for race 4, the last race of round 7. So we'll see you for that, guys. Take care. Thank you for watching another race by LPB Racing. Really hope you all enjoyed that one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave your comments down below as well. And next time, guys, it'll be round 7, race 4 from Rotunda Park.